Welcome back, Lead Trainer with StocksToTrade. Tim Bowen here. Going to go over just a quick tip on how to import and export shared screener criteria. So now that we're starting to get more and more advanced with screener criteria, as well as users sharing their own pre-built screeners, it's pretty neat. We're seeing a lot of guys that, whether it be on Twitter or other social media, they're discussing their pre-built and designed screener criteria and how to share these back and forth, as well as import and export them. And then I've also got my own set that I quite frequently share with a lot of StocksToTrade users. So what I want to go over is how to import those criteria as well as save those. So I'm going to do this on a Mac today, but just keep in mind very similar instructions on a PC. I recommend compressing the files. They are the screener criteria are a small text-based XML file. So lots of times if you don't compress those and you try and email them or attach them to forums, etc., you might get like a spam filter that picks it up. So I recommend zipping them up. So if you get a set of screener criteria as a zip file, easiest thing to do, especially if you're kind of new to computers, is just save it to your desktop. So right here I've got my basic scans. I double click that, which on the Mac will then expand it onto my desktop into a folder. So I can see now I've expanded basic STT scans here. Next thing I do is go back to StocksToTrade, go up to the top title bar, open up a new tab, go to screener, and then right here you're going to have import. Then once I hit import, I'm going to navigate to my desktop. In this situation, now if you save it to your downloads folder, navigate to the folder where you saved it. I'm doing it on the desktop for ease of use. You'll then see I've got my basic STT scans here, the folder that I expanded. Once I double click that, I've now got this batch of scanners that I have that I quite frequently email. So one that's working a lot right now is the low float, pre-market low float scan. You can see it here. Now one thing you do need to do is import these one at a time. So as you see these instructions, you would just repeat it, for the 7 times of the scanner I have. But once I then double click that, you're going to see it brings the criteria in. I can run this scan to see what low float stocks are moving that fit my criteria. Let me adjust this. So you can see there's a couple low float stocks that meet my criteria today, the day that I'm recording this. So anyway, I've got the criteria all imported. Now, one quick step that you do need to remember, once I import that, I actually have to save that to my list of screeners. So step 2, make sure you do this, then go to the save button in the bottom left. I hit save, you're going to give it a name. I'll just call this low float import. Save. You've now got it listed here. So now if you close your screener module and reopen it, you see there's low flow import. I can double click it. I can run it. So again, just real quick repeat, go to import. So if I want the 52-week high a day scan, which is one I use a lot in this market, I double click that, brings in my criteria, save. We'll go 52-week high. Save, add it to the list. I can then clear, then go import, and repeat again on down the list. So this will work for any screeners that you share with other users. Again, the key I recommend, especially if you haven't used computers that much, is make sure to expand this file to your desktop or to your downloads, somewhere where you can easily navigate to. So really enjoying seeing a lot of the pre-built scanners you guys have sent me. We're getting more and more advanced, really growing that community around screener criteria. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.